world wants your reaction, sir.
Well, I wish him a lot of luck.
Oh.
No, I think it's...
Hey guys, you may have heard by now, but yes, it's true. The Taylor Swift is engaged to Travis Kelce. Now, there have been many reactions to this news. It probably matters more than it should to the American public and to the discourse in general. It matters so much, in fact, that Scott Jennings even weighed in on the engagement, and he had sort of a political takeaway from it. So let's turn to that.
I think we're on Panda Watch now. I'm just saying, I think the greatest contribution they could make to Western civilization at this point would be to have a bunch of babies and persuade all these people who mindlessly follow them to also have a bunch of babies.
Mindlessly?
That's what I think.
Why the
We don't have
dig?
enough babies. I just think if they had a bunch of babies, it would help, the birth rate.
She's written many songs. She's written
Scott,
many
you are
songs.
writing like a series of Mediaite headlines right now.
She has written many songs about wanting children.
Because, yeah, I mean, look, I wish them the greatest happiness if they want to have kids. But, so you're saying basically you think the best thing they could do is for Taylor Swift to have a bunch of kids?
Yes, I wish them well. I want them to have a bunch of kids. I want them to have an amazing life. I'm, a pro-life conservative. I want them to go out and have babies and populate the earth. That's our mission. That's human beings' mission on this planet.
I hope
repopulate.
that if she would like to have a baby,
have a bunch.
I would love. I mean, I'm sure America would be thrilled for her for that.
The female co-host reactions are so funny. I mean, they're practically clutching their pearls at the idea that Scott Jennings would want Taylor Swift to have kids. First of all, let me say that it's a pretty common sense, or at least it's a pretty fundamental. First of all, let me say that having children is a pretty fundamental, if not definitional, part of marriage. I mean, marriage is basically an institution created to raise children. So if you don't have kids within a marriage, it's an aberration. It's not normal. I mean, it is a choice. It's a bad choice, I think, in most cases. And for some reason, choice has been given this positive connotation, I guess, by the, pro-choice contingent of the left. But, obviously there are really bad uses of autonomy. I mean, you have the choice to go out and hit someone on the head with a hammer. You probably shouldn't do that either. And as to Scott's comments on the mindless followers, yeah, of course they're mindless. Because if you can genuinely be persuaded to have kids or not have kids, or get married or not get married, on the basis of what a millennial pop star chooses to do with her life, you are just not the brightest bull. I think that's a totally fair assertion. Also, I don't think we should ignore the age issue here. I mean, Taylor Swift is 35. She waited a pretty long time to get engaged and presumably get married and have children. If she does that, she's not this role model of traditional motherhood or femininity or whatever some conservatives would like her to be. She certainly appears to have prioritized her career. Any kid that she has now will actually will come into this world via geriatric pregnancy. She also has a lot of older fans. A lot of her most devoted fans are women around her age, millennials who grew up with her. And so I think to say that she's going to inspire this great baby wave, I think it's wishful thinking. I don't know that that's really going to be the case. Then again, Taylor Swift is incredibly wealthy. I mean, I'm sure if she wants to do IVF or surrogacy, as is so popular with celebrities, then she'll do that. Now, because Taylor Swift has become the moral bellwether of our times, of course, there were many reactions to this news, so I picked some of my favorites, including President Trump's reaction. Yes, the president did weigh in on the engagement. So during a cabinet meeting, the Daily Caller's White House reporter, Reagan Reese, asked Trump about the engagement, and his response was pretty terrific.
I'll ask you a serious question, but I have to tell you the biggest pop culture news of the year broke while we were in this cabinet meeting. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged, and the world wants your reaction, sir.
Well, I wish him a lot of luck.
Oh.
No, I think he's a great player. I think he's a great guy, and I think that she's a terrific person. So I wish them a lot of luck.
so polite. I like that Trump is wishing them well, even if Taylor Swift is no longer hot. It's okay. People that are no longer hot can also find love and happiness. There were more reactions still from other people on the internet. People trying to, like Scott Jennings, sort of mine the Taylor Swift engagement news for any sort of political valence. What does it mean for the culture? What does it mean for the vibe shift? So let's look at a few of those. Kristen Hawkins says, marriage is a beautiful thing. I hope Taylor Swift's engagement inspires young women to see the joy and purpose in getting married, starting a family, and committing to one person for the rest of their lives. And we have a photo of the engagement, including a massive diamond ring. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't disagree with that hope. But like I said, you know, Taylor Swift is not really a young woman anymore. She's very quickly going to become a middle-aged woman, and so I hope she has kids before it's too late. I think she'd be a fun mom. But we'll see if that happens. I guess I'm somewhat skeptical that it's going to inspire this massive baby boom in America. Now, we also had Mary Morgan. Mary Morgan says, Taylor Swift's previous art flop boyfriend strung her along for years and forced her to keep their engagement a secret. This engagement is the ultimate rebuke of forever boyfriends. And then you have a picture of Taylor with her old boyfriend and a picture of her with her new fiance. Now, I like this take. I think that's kind of funny. I'm sure that guys with 7-year girlfriends everywhere are very worried, are panicking a little bit. So maybe I take back what I said. Maybe Taylor Swift really will inspire legions of unhappily girlfriended women to push their boyfriends into proposing. This could be a great thing for our country. Proposing or breakup. But honestly, there should probably be term limits on the girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. Like, at the end of a year, you kind of have to decide, you know, are you going to propose to her or are you going to let her go? That's something I always admired about Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, he let his girlfriends go while they were still young enough to go on and find another guy and start a family. He didn't string them along for 15 years. Okay, last tweet here. Maybe my favorite. Breaking. Federal Judge James Boasberg overturns Taylor Swift's engagement to Travis Kelce. I think this is real. Some people are saying this is parody. I think this is totally plausible. And what can I say except for the left has gone too far. I think that the fact that judges like James Boasberg feel empowered to weigh in on Taylor Swift's personal life is just an indictment on, frankly, the entire judicial process. Okay, I should probably clarify that I'm kidding. I'm not accusing James Boasberg of anything, even though this is pretty in keeping with his character. You know, maybe I'll reach out to his team for comment. Maybe they can give us some insight into Boasberg's feelings on the Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce engagement. But since everyone seems to have an opinion about this, let me know what you think of the engagement in the comments section below. Is it going to save Western civilization? Maybe so. Give this video a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.